Okay, let's see if we can get this to work. Hello. Gonna slightly lower my volume. I'm very loud compared to the music, I bet. Hi everyone. Hello. It is the end of the month hangout in which I hang out for a little bit. Let me just increase the brightness perhaps like a tiny bit because it is... Oh! Something like that perhaps? Let me actually adjust my camera a little bit. It's almost a bit too bright. That should be a happy medium. Hi folks, hello. I am here. I have arrived. It is the end of the month-ish. And I like to do an end of the month hangout every single month to sort of recap a little bit, talk about the month that has been, talk about the month that is coming up, and things around all of that hullabaloo, all the good stuff. I am in a mood because I cannot. I'm just like doom scrolling. Due to the crisis in Ukraine. Especially since Putin threatened the country that I live in not so long ago, and is now putting nuclear weapons on alert. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. You know, nothing in comparison to many people, but it is what it is. Quick news segment before I actually move on to the rest of my Hangout stream. Initially, I had planned to release a video tomorrow on Monday, as in the last day of the month. I'm almost definitely not going to be able to make that. Just because of everything going on. And also it feels kind of weird to, like, you know, both work and also sort of like release a video essay about like sports when everything's going to shit. I know it's not like bad to do that, but I just feel weird about it personally for myself. So I'm going to I haven't been able to work that much the last couple of days. So I am going to release that video hopefully on Tuesday. Worst case Wednesday. I would hate for it to be released that late. But like as it is, I don't really know what to do. Hopefully Tuesday, and I do hope that I hope you find that okay. I have talked to the sponsor that I have for this video, and as far as I know, they seem to be fine with it. I just feel like shit for postponing content that you've earned, even if it's just gonna be like a day or so. All right. But you know, that's sort of my mindset more than anything else. But other news that I'm going to talk about, like in before I get started properly, is the video's looking good, and the video is gonna come out like soonish. I just want to check how long it is right now, because it's long. and it's gonna be longer tomorrow probably, because it was supposed to work today, but like, who like, what the fuck? Yeah, the video right now is 55 minutes long, and it's about sports. It's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be very good. And it's supposed to be longer. Whatever. The month that has been, regarding both my content and things that I care about, not much has happened. Just because like I haven't released a new video yet. But however, was that this month? May have been this month. I think it was this month. I released a video for Nebula for an original show there called Working Titles. Oh, and of course, before we get started, this is the format that I have. The Hangout has no rules, but the format that I have is I talk about the month that's been and the month that's coming up and like whatever news that's happening. So in the month that has been, I made a video for Nebula for the show Working Titles, where I talk about Half-Life and Half-Life 2, and I think that's fun. I've started work on 2 projects that are gonna come out this year. Don't know when this year, but they're gonna be out. And I have started, I've written more of the podcast ideas that I've had, but the podcast ideas, as I've always said, are like very low down the rankings of my priority list. I have also I've also started improving sort of like the Mia Mulder census thing that I was going to release like 2 months ago, and you just never did. For the reason of the reason why I haven't released it is because the point of that census basically is I want to ask my patrons, all of you, not all of you are my patrons, but I want to ask my patrons and like my viewers generally too, like there are 2 censuses here, like what they like about my content, what they can improve, and sort of like how they feel about Patreon and my Patreon rewards and everything like that. However, I have also been talking to some people like behind the scenes in the YouTube business that I barely understand so far yet, and I've come to realize that I'm kind of extraordinarily like lucky compared to many other YouTubers. Apparently, I don't know how much you know about this, but apparently the pandemic is bad for the economy. Who knew? And I have, this is like I'm using this as like therapy for myself now. I'm sorry. Let me know if it's too much. Because I have like felt like, I feel a bit bad because like I've made many videos, and it's been a very like good couple like streaks for me on the channel, I think. But my Patreon has sort of like it's grown, but it hasn't like grown to the level that like that it usually has, and I've sort of like felt that like feel that feels kind of shitty. Like am I doing something wrong? Am I not attracting people in the same way? But then I talked to some of these people like behind the scenes who do finance analytics for YouTubers and stuff like that, and all of them are saying that because of the pandemic and because the economy is like crashing, everyone's Patreon is actually going down like significantly, which makes sense, right? Because like, why would you ever pay for like a Patreon when you lose your job or something like that? So it makes perfect sense. And so that's one of the reasons why I haven't released that sort of like census to maybe update my Patreon tiers, because at this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's sort of the idea that I have. And like it works for me, it works for most people from what I've heard. No one's really complained. So that's sort of where I've been with that. It's been a lot of like behind the scenes work, but I do want to keep you informed about it, and that's why I'm mentioning it here, because even if you're not a patron of mine, by watching my YouTube videos, like I feel like you have a right to know like what's happening in the finance department of Mia Mulder .biz. But content-wise, I'm making videos as usual. I'm making this video was going to be pretty long. I don't know how to make short videos anymore. I really tried to make this one like half an hour long, and failed miserably. Like I talk about like the Ottoman Emperor Mehmet II in this video about sports. It comes up. And yes, I've been working on that one. I've been working on videos that's going to be out eventually. Some of that is going to be for Nebula. I haven't made videos exclusive for Nebula, and this is something that I sort of want to check in with you. This is a question that I have for you now, actually. Whenever I make videos for Nebula, I've always made that kind of content for like a show that's exclusive to Nebula, like a show like Working Titles or Better Elevations, things like that. But like Mia Mulder content has always been publicly available, and I wouldn't want to change that. But how would you feel if I made? I would never put like video essay stuff like my normal content on Nebula exclusively. I don't want to gatekeep my like main content. I would never do that. However, how would you feel if I made like different like format, like maybe a bit more experimental content, and like had that on Nebula, and then I could like because then you would get like the same kind of stuff here. But Nebula is also behind a paywall, which not everyone has access to. But because it is like a bit differently, it also allows like creators to like fuck around a bit more. Like I could make a short film like on Nebula, and like it would be worth my time. Because odds are, if I made one for YouTube, like the YouTube algorithm hates when you change your format. Like it absolutely hates it. Like if I made a short film for like in like 5-10 minutes. And my regular content is over an hour long, like YouTube is just gonna like eat my ass for dinner. You know, Nebula doesn't have that. But I would, that would depend on like how you feel about it. And then that could be publicly available eventually too, I think. Like the Tom Scott, like the video that Tom Scott made that for money was on Nebula for like a year or two, and then it became public. So it would be public eventually, but stuff like that. Let me know how you feel about that. I'm gonna read some comments in the chat. Sorry that I've been hanging out. Delays are understandable. It's fine. Thank you. I hope. Sports video. I'm looking forward to it. Making animations? Hell yeah. The left-wing YouTube market is oversaturated. I share your videos and posts on Facebook. Thank you. I keep forgetting to use my own Facebook page because I'm scared of it. I'm too scared of my financial situation. Well, let me also tell you right now, like if you're a patron of mine and you feel like it's unsustainable to like be a patron of mine, stop. Like don't give me money if you can't like comfortably afford it. Unless you can comfortably afford it and really want to, you don't have to. Like I would never want to like guilt anyone to giving me money, especially since apparently I've been very lucky. You know, just must say that. They retired me and cut my income because they said our police system is bad, so Bolsonaro is an idiot. I can't help you. Again, like yeah, I'm not really saying this in the sense of like that I need help or anything, because I've been again very lucky. So in my mind, I'm like I would never like ask anyone. Professional damage of a video essay. Unable to stop talking when started. Yeah. Some people say TikTok being the new format in short videos or whatever. I don't understand why people say this. I honestly think people say this, that like TikTok format is the new thing, because, okay, story time. This is the story time of rants right now. A couple of years ago, I was never involved in this because thankfully this was before my time. But a couple of years ago, Facebook was like the place to be if you wanted to have really high view numbers. To the point where like a lot of like YouTube creators and a lot of like YouTube like sketch companies would upload all of their stuff from YouTube and whatever to Facebook. Because looking at the analytics, Facebook had just incredibly good view counts to the point where it's like completely bonkers. So everyone thought that Facebook was going to be like the place to be, and eventually a couple of people started custom making their content for Facebook, abandoning YouTube and other platforms entirely just for Facebook, because they had better view numbers. But here's the thing. Facebook were what I like to call bad views, because why the view counts would be high is partially because on Facebook, it's because Facebook would artificially inflate them, then to like make them seem bigger than they were. And secondly, a lot of the views on Facebook only happened because people were like scrolling by and like autoplay was on. So it's not really like someone choosing to watch something, it's something that people just happen to scroll by. But it still counts as a view, so the analytics don't know the difference. And there's a big difference there, right? Because if you choose to watch something, odds are you're going to be more invested than if you just see something. And then a lot of like video making companies just lost tons and tons and tons of money because they were trying to capture a Facebook audience that actually didn't exist. Now here's my theory. I think TikTok is this exact same thing. Because when I use TikTok, I look at maybe, like I actually like look and like maybe a tenth of all the TikToks that I watch. And I never choose to watch any of them. The entire platform is just like me getting a random selection and trying to find a new thing. And more often than not, when I do find something that I like, and even sometimes when I don't, the same TikTok will play multiple times because it's just short and it autoplays like automatically. Like maybe I'll watch something and I'll put it down, or someone will ask me something and the TikTok will like go 3 or 4 times. But those views count, and those views contribute to the overinflated view count. So while I do think that like TikTok has more views than YouTube, like I'm not even sure that's true, but like that's what I hear. I don't think that they're actually good views. Compare this to long form video formats what do you call? Compare this to long form video formats on YouTube. If someone chooses to watch one video for an hour, that's going to count as a one view. But the person who watches that one video is more likely to like subscribe, interact with your community, like internalize the information that you're promoting, and want more content of the same type. And that's all I think. So, so that's what I think is the problem. Like I don't think it's actually gonna like go anywhere. Like it's great for like quick small time. It's great for like big explosive growth, and there are some creators who can definitely make a living out of it. But I was able to make a living with like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube because I was extraordinarily lucky early on in my YouTube career. I would not be able to do that on TikTok, like not even close. Because I'll see people who have like hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok who publish every single day and get like hundreds of thousands of views per TikTok. And then they will try to like shift that content onto other platforms like Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube, and they will have nothing because like odds are a lot of the views people just get are repeat views, inflated views, or are just the TikTok algorithm boosting something that's already popular, even though like it may not actually be as popular as it actually like is in the minds of its audience. Anyway, this is my rant about the landscape of YouTube. That's why I think it's a mistake for VidCon to do to shift to TikTok as its like primary video hosting extravagance. But you know, teens will pay a lot of money in the short term. And I guess conventions are a good way to cash in on that. That's my rant about TikTok. Does that mean it's an overtime? This video is for sure an overtime, both in the sense that it's longer than I expected, and in the sense that it's not done by the time that I thought it would be over. It's gonna be like 2 days. Don't mind for Nebula. Fully understandable. What's your video editing workflow right now? I thought you edited it all, but recent screenshots from Vegas Pro. I edit a lot of stuff in Vegas Pro. Still, to this day. I do sometimes edit in DaVinci Resolve, and it is better. I need to like fully transition there. But there are a lot of things that I just like can't do in Resolve. Like my workflow, I just haven't learned how to do it. I need to, but I'm very bad at it. So I'll still do most of my editing in what do you Vegas Pro, because I just work way faster there. On Nebula and a secondary channel. That could work, but the thing is I already have a secondary channel. If I have a third channel, at a certain point I'm asking people to sign up for the Mia Mulder network, where you get Mia Mulder Prime, Mia Mulder Stream, and Mia Mulder Bonus. Like at a certain point, like at a certain point there is enough Mia Mulder. Is it also going to be accessible via your Patreon? I'm sure we can make that happen. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to happen. That would be I guess that would be up to some people at Nebula, but I don't see why it wouldn't be possible. Random content watch on YouTube, maybe Reddit. Yeah, again, having to transition. Every 2 years I have to like retransition. First I have to transition my gender, then I have to like retransition my gender because my doctors gave me a bad dose, and now I have to retransition my editing software. It never ends. Triple channel name. Never enough Mia. Mia Plus. Yeah, you can get access to Mia Plus, where you can watch The Bad Batch, which are just all of my videos before 2022. That's a bad joke. Anyway. Okay, let's talk about the month that is coming up, rather, because I think that's gonna be more fun. I am just gonna quickly check my schedule, so I actually know what's coming up in the following month. Oh my god, is that the time I put in March to release my next video? Okay, well, it'll have to be what it have to be. Okay, well. I'm going to make a video that's going to be out probably, like, if I'm honest, on Tuesday or Wednesday next week, just because, like, I'm not going to be able to have it out tomorrow. And I also have I have this thing where for some patrons they can see like an early draft of my video that's not like quite done, but that's like in the process of being done, for people who want that. And I released it like a day early, and then on the final day I like finish like polishing my video and like actually release it to the world. And I'm not even at that level yet. So let's say, hypothetically, that tomorrow I release that for patrons, and then on Tuesday I release my video for the world. And that's gonna be my video about sports, right? And that's gonna be on March 1st. And because the YouTube analytics go on a monthly basis, it's gonna be like, you didn't upload a video in February, you piece of shit, I hate you. And I'm gonna be like, okay, YouTube. But after that, I'm going to release a video on Monday, March the 28th, which is going to be a very, very spicy video, because I have a very, very fun sponsor for that video at the end of March. And that is a video that it's gonna be very much in line with my video on drinks, because it's one of those videos about a subject matter, the name of which I can't say on YouTube, and it's going to be about that, the fact that I can't say it on YouTube, and sort of like the YouTube puritanism. So that's gonna be fun. Haven't started working on that yet though, because I have to finish this video that I'm currently at, but you know, it is what it is. What else can I say? I also, the month that has been, let's return to that one, because I still have stuff to say, I guess. The month that has been, I've been doing like hair removal treatments on my face. I'm not done yet, unfortunately. My face is like cursed still, so I have to go back and get more. But it's done enough now where I can sort of like I can show my face without too much concern. Like I still have a little bit like left, but that'll be gone. So I've been doing that, and in the month that's coming up, that's also gonna keep going a little bit. I also think that like my new hormone dosage is like finally hitting, it's like finally working. So that's also something that I've been working on. A video on the forbidden topic of quantitative easing. Yes. This is sponsored Nebula. Not in the end of March. Wait, what is Adam and Eve? What is that? A lot of people are saying Adam and Eve. Why are we saying Adam and Eve? Explain yourselves. Explain. I don't understand. Gotta boost that progesterone. No, I don't. Believe me, I really don't need to. What else can I say in the month that's coming up? Like, you know, more content basically. I've been streaming more on Twitch now. I've been pretty good at streaming twice a week. I didn't stream last Thursday because invasion and war in Europe soured my mood a little bit. Didn't stream, didn't work. Just did not do fuck all, because I haven't done since, because like who the fuck can do that? Because I'm just doom scrolling. It's because we love the Bible. Oh, they sell sex toys. Oh. Do they sponsor YouTube videos? Either way, it's you'll see what the sponsor is, and you'll see what the video is about when I release it, because I think it's gonna be pretty good. Other things that are coming up in the month ahead, though, like I am gonna stream more video games. I've been streaming like Frostpunk and like other games to sort of like get my mind off of the fact that the world is ending. Yeah, like I didn't stream last Thursday, but I'm streaming more. In the month that has been, again, I'm like going back and forth here. I'm very bad at my thing. We released a new episode of the podcast for Leech Fest. If you don't know about this, I don't talk about it nearly enough as I should. But me and my very good friend Salem, we have a medical history podcast that we that we do, and we just recorded. We released a video. I think we released an episode last Monday, and that podcast is actually like also on Nebula now. So if anyone likes Nebula specifically, they can listen to the podcast there too. And speaking of the fact that I keep going back and forth between like these topics and I'm very disorganized, I've also started. I've started looking into whether or not like I have ADHD. Because ever since I've noticed that I might have it, a lot of things start making sense, and hopefully something like that can. So if I have something like that, then maybe I can figure out how to be a bit more organized in my life and be less chaotic. Sponsor of Socialstyrelsen. I don't think Socialstyrelsen would sponsor me because I have occupied them before in my life, so I don't think they like that. I've seen them sponsor spicy videos. Oh. Mia joins the neurodivergent club. How you talk reminds me a lot about myself. I've heard that since I discovered that I might have ADHD. I have been told that apparently I do act as if I have it, and like speak like I have it, and then I've like gone back and watched like older videos of mine, and like, damn, I really do fidget with my hands a lot and like talk really quick. So, you know, we'll see about that. If I have it, it'll explain a lot, and maybe I can be a bit more organized with my video making. But you know, it is what it is. What else can I talk about? Have I missed anything? Maybe we can move past that. Listen, if Socialstyrelsen is out there watching these videos, like if you want to sponsor me, go for it. I'd love to be paid by the Swedish government, because I pay taxes already. It would just be like me getting my money back. Did I end up rewatching Grand Budapest Hotel? Yes. Yes. Yes, I did. Because yesterday I was supposed to do a lot of work, didn't. Was supposed to do a lot of work today, also didn't. And just decided to just like play video games and watch nice movies. You know, I got some work done, and like the video is still gonna come out like eventually. But you know, it is what it is. Now I have anxiety about yeah. Mia becomes government-funded trans propaganda. Yes. I'd go for it. Sweden might be the same way, yeah. I'm not super sure how that works, but it is what it is. Updates up from Social Citizen about how we're regressing in trans care for minors. I've seen something about that, but I haven't really looked into it that much. But a YouTube channel, and I'm terrified every time I type. Yes. Welcome to hell. That doesn't go away. Okay, have I missed something? Help me out here, folks. Every time I do a hangout, I'm like, I talk about the month that has been, the month that's coming up, as like some sort of like regular routine, and then I instantly forget what I do. Yes! After I get paid soon-ish, coming up, I'm currently like between paychecks, because I get paid anyway at the beginning of the month, which means it's been a while, and I'm not gonna get paid like tomorrow or like in like yesterday, like most people in Sweden. I get paid like in a week, but when I do get paid, I'm going to get a I need to remind myself to do this. I'm actually gonna like I need to put it down on my calendar, otherwise I'm just gonna I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget. Oh, God damn it! I have a doctor visit to tomorrow. God, everything is happening all at the same time. I just need like a day. Okay, noon. Add. Yes, I'm going to get a PO box. If that is something that like people would like, I know I asked about this like 2 months ago or something, and just I didn't get around to it because I just straight forgot. But I'm gonna get a PO box, so like if people want to send me like letters and cool shit, they can do that. I've written it down in my fucking calendar now, and I might even do it tonight. Just because it takes some time, it takes some to do. It's like it's annoying. It's just annoying. The reason why I want to get why I want to do it now, and also probably the reason why it took so long, is because I finally did my legal name change. So my legal name is now Mia Mulder. Which means that I don't have to like dead name myself if I get a PO box. So now I can actually get a PO box for people to do whatever shit that they want, and they can just send it to Mia Mulder, and I don't have to do some weird like finagling, so everything sounds weird. And another reason why I would like a PO box is because then I could like read letters during the stream or whatnot. I think that could be fun to do. Someone asked me where I got my glasses. I missed that question. I forgot that question. I got my glasses from just an optician store ages and ages ago. Someone sent me a good donation of money so that I could get glasses, because I was reaching a point where I couldn't see, and then I got glasses. They are, luckily enough, God, I'm blind as a bat now. They are, well, you can't see obviously because of the focus, but They're Gucci. It's Gucci, but I got them on like a double sale. So, you know. If you had $1 million, how would you help other trans folks? Good question. If I had $1 million, which I do not have, I would, I don't know, like I'd probably like donate it to, like I'd probably split it up in some sort of like manageable way and then donate it to like trans kids who need it or something. Or like fund transition related healthcare in a place where it doesn't like exist otherwise. $1 million isn't really that much money when it like comes down to helping many people, but something like that, I guess. Texas discourse. I haven't looked into enough to Texas discourse to know actually what the fuck I'm talking about. I wish I did, but I don't. I actually mentioned it in the video itself, but it doesn't actually, like, I haven't been able to like look into it like in itself. It's more of a sort of like in the ether that I've like heard of, but I don't actually know anything about it. I'm very sorry to say. Send you the doodles you make of me in Salem in original. I need to see them doodles. I need to see them doodles. Like right now. PO box sounds fun. You should have someone else open your mail for you. There's a service. There's a special PO box service I'm going to use where they open your mail for you and then repackage it in like a more manageable case. You have to give them like legal permission to do it, and everything's like a bit of a mess. But that's what I'm going to do because I don't want anyone to like put sarin gas in like a letter or something. Like, and they have the security thing, so no one can like send me drugs, no one can send me like rotten food, and no one can send me like deadly things as a sort of like security check. Costs a little bit extra, but you know, it is what it is. Mia PO box. Swedish fish to return them to their ancestral homeland. Don't they cost? They do cost, but I can afford it. PostNord seemingly offers PO boxes to legal entities and sole proprietorships. Yes, but I am a legal entity now. I have made myself into a company. I am Mia Mulder Incorporated, which is nothing. Literally just like a form in the tax office to let them to like be like, okay, I'm gonna file taxes slightly differently now. You'll get a lot of mail. I hope I'll get it. I don't actually know if I would get any mail. I almost have 100,000 subscribers, almost, but I don't know how active all of you are. I don't know if any of you would want to send me letters more, like enough for me to like read them once a month. How long did it take for my name to be accepted? Almost instantly, but it took some time. Like, okay, in some areas it was almost instant. Some areas still haven't changed. So, like, my bank hasn't recognized it, but the mail has. And the police has, but I can't pick up a new passport in it yet. Like, it's a mess. Everyone's getting glasses. My frames look great. Thank you. Dutch food. I would love Dutch food. Is it a sole proprietorship or an aktiebolag? I will not tell you. Do you have any book recommendations on medical history or just book recommendations at all? Yeah. Jesus. as always, my favorite book of all time, both when it comes to medical history and general history. If you want to read a book on like 19th century trans people, this is where to do it. And it's fun for a couple of reasons. The main reason why it's fun is because you can sort of see Magnus Hirschfeld like toss and turn with like the concept of trans people, and like slowly come to realize that like, yes, trans people are a separate category from like other from like other sexual psychosexual like erotic drives. Like you can sort of see him like figure it out, and it's great. Listen to your crypto wallet. Children's genital autonomy, bro. International mail is so fucking expensive though. It is. I hate it. But thankfully I'm in the EU, so, you know. As long as you can get it inside the EU, I think it's not that bad. This got to need to manually accept it. I think so. I think some like clerk had to do it. 10 kilograms of stroopwafels. I love stroopwafels. They don't make it. Listen, if I get a PO box, can you please send me stroopwafels and pindakas? They don't make it right here. They make peanut butter and they make stroopwafels, but they're not. It isn't right. Hold it up again. All right. I'll do it. I'll do you proper. Let's see if we can adjust the focus a little bit here too. This book. This is the good one. Hot Magnus. Just tell me on Tom Scott's channel. Thank you. My hair is a mess in that one, and I hate the way I look at it. Don't know what the fuck was up with me on that look. Don't know what the fuck was up with them lighting me that way. So, you know, it's not their fault. It's my fault. I don't know. I was a mess that day. I was a mess like a person back when we shot that video. I hope you think that I look better now, because I sure hope so. It was a fun day, though. It's a good show. I talked to Tom not too long ago about that, and about the show actually, and yeah, good times. Croquette. Yeah, I love croquette. Croquette and bitterballen. Oh. What else am I thinking about? I'm thinking oliebollet. I need to go to Amsterdam like any day now. I haven't eaten Dutch food in years. Queer German popular music in the early 20th century. My god, that's so specific. That's more specific than me. I love it. Did I change my legal gender before changing my legal name? Yeah. Yes, I did. because legal gender is more important in Sweden because it changes like it basically changes the Swedish version of a social security number, and is responsible for so much more bureaucratic bullshit than your name is. Your name is basically just cosmetic. So in my mind, that was never something that I really had to worry about. My Dutch is not bad. Bit weird. Well, I have a Swedish accent. Come on. But it's not bad. It's great. Don't send meat via post. This is true. When did they shoot the show? We shot the show. We shot that show in, I think, February of 2020. So right before COVID. Like right before COVID became like a thing that people were concerned about. I remember going in the airport to London at the time, and I remember seeing in the airport like signs everywhere being like, hey, like if you see someone who has a cold, you know, be sure to let us know, like maybe they shouldn't be flying, stuff like that. Some people were wearing a mask, but the vast majority were not. I was not wearing a mask. I did not consider that even being a possibility. And just a month before that, I had actually gone to Mexico, so I'd flown through the U.S., where there were even more of these signs, just being like, "Hey, you know, if you've traveled to China recently, be aware of this virus." But it was very much like in the mind of like, if you've been to China recently. So I thought at this time, like, it's gonna be fine. They're just like messy hair. I don't know. I think my hair was very frazzled. I don't know why my hair was so frazzled. I think it was like some weird humidity, cold bullshit thing. I don't know what the fuck happened. Send hole. God. TwitchCon. Ooh, TwitchCon. It is in Amsterdam. I didn't end up getting. Sorry, I'm on the website right now. I want to see if do they sell tickets yet or. I might go to TwitchCon this summer. Might. But the idea, like, God, I'd love to go to Amsterdam actually. Partially because I could visit family, because I am half Dutch, and also because eat good Dutch food. The oliebollen and bitterballen, like, is I don't know, it just hits. It hits good. Very Sverige pronunciation. Is changing your name as a trans person different than changing your name inside one legal gender? Changing your name as a trans person, no, it's the same process. But when I started my transition, and actually when I changed my gender, it was more complicated. That's actually why I held off changing my name for so long, because now you can just go online and just change it and it's done. Like, there's no restriction. You don't have to send in paperwork. You just like fill in a form online, and it's done. But when I started, like, you needed to send in an application. It cost like 1,000 crowns or more than that, which to me was like money that I didn't afford to spend because I was broke. Like, I had $2, and like I could not afford an expense of $100. More like 150 actually. But like changing your gender was free. The only thing you needed to like replace was, because like Swedish healthcare is free. Well, it's subsidized and it's free after a while, but whatever. It's practically free for in the long term. And so I didn't have to, like, I didn't really have to worry about that. When it came to gender, but changing my name was more difficult. Well, changing my name was more expensive, so I just didn't do it. But now, thanks to you, lovely people, I have a job. I have a job making silly videos for the internet and promoting Curiosity Stream. Go to curiositystream.com/memolder for a good deal. And now I can afford to change my name. I can afford like bureaucratic shit. So thanks for that. Did I watch Euphoria? No, I don't like Euphoria. It doesn't hit. I was half forced to watch the first season, and I did enjoy it, but it wasn't one of those shows that I would watch myself, and it's not one of the shows that I was like invested enough in to watch season 2. I tried watching season 2 like not too long ago of Euphoria, and I just did not. I didn't like it. It didn't hit for me. It just felt very sort of like vague aesthetics, and it's very nice aesthetics. But I need lore. I need storytelling, and I don't know. It's just very slow on that front, I think. To the Netherlands, if you're there. If I go to TwitchCon, I'll let you know. I will let people know if I go to TwitchCon, and we can do some sort of like some bar meetup, I suppose. Can't distinguish it at all. I think in English my accent is like not as pronounced as it used to be. But like if you go back to watch my like earlier videos, you can definitely hear me be like, and now I will talk about. It is time to talk about the alt-right and the way that they dress, and let us dive into anti-intellectualism. It is a very real problem that does not exist. I'm not saying anything. Like I'm going full Swedish chef at this point. Yeah, like they're like, what's going on? We're just hanging out. We're just vibing. There's no rules. I do usually stream for an hour, and I am going to round off the stream like now-ish, and you know, tell you about upcoming stuff that's like in the near future, and then I'll end the stream. So what I'm going to end up doing is tomorrow I'm gonna work normal work day. If I finish the video tomorrow, which is a big if, it's going to be available for patrons. If it's not done, it's still going to be available for patrons because I don't really release to patrons in like the full finished version early. I have like a draft version that patrons get to see. Some patrons, not all patrons. And then like on Tuesday, in 2 days, hopefully the video will be done by then. If it's not, it's gonna be out on Wednesday, but I don't want to like push it too much because I do have a sponsor connected to this video, and sponsors don't typically like it when you like shift deadlines around. So I think they're fine. I've done this before with them, but you know how it is. Yeah, so that's gonna be out soon. No matter what, it's gonna be out soon. It's about sports and trans women, and what else do I have to say? I'm going to be releasing the streaming schedule early next month, like when I do my my next Hangout thing, when I do my Patreon streams. That's the schedule is publicly available, but a lot of the streams are just for patrons. But this Hangout stream is always at the end of the month, so you can do that forever, how long like you want. What else can I say? I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, the new one. That's fun. That's good. Surely a sponsor will understand that a war just erupted. Literally, yes. That's actually, okay, literally, like, that's what I said. Because, like, here's the thing, right? I don't have, okay, quick rant time. Before I end the stream, I have to rant about this. I have to. Okay, so, I work from home. I don't have any colleagues. The only other people that I know professionally are people who work like independently, who are like, for lack of a better term, like contractors or like self-employed. I don't know how the real world, so to say, offline is reacting to the fucking invasion in Ukraine. So, but like since that news has happened, like I have connections, let's say, in that part of the world. So that has like been dominating much of my mental landscape. That's why I've been like pretty affected. And so I contacted my sponsor, being like, hello, is it okay if I push my video release like 1 day or two because of the war? And like they did reply being like, yes, of course, don't worry about it, it's fucking fine. And I was like, thank you. And now that I've talked to like to friends, everyone, like students have been getting like emails from like student health organizations. People who have like real jobs have been like, hey, if you want to go home and just like chill for a bit under the threat of war, you can, and like we'll get to work later. So like I shouldn't feel guilty about this. The sponsor is gonna be fine with it. And if the sponsor had a problem with it, that would be the worst PR thing in the world. Because like, what sponsor would be like, no, actually, you should have planned for potential of war. Like, come on. Anyway. So like, I know this is stupid of me to think, but I have such a YouTuber brain where, if the analytics are low for me, and the analytics are usually like counted per month, my brain goes, oh, you're a failure then, and everyone hates you. Even though I'm just pushing it 1 day, that means that all of the subscribers and all of the views and all of the potential money that I would make off of that video will be counted in the next month and not in February, which in my stupid little fucking brain is like, I hate you. So that's my vibe. Where will TwitchCon be? In Amsterdam this summer, but I wouldn't expect anyone to actually go to TwitchCon. I mean, you can obviously if you want to, and I probably would, but if someone is like in the Amsterdam area while I'm there, like we'll go to a bar or something, like something chill, or like a cafe. I don't know how old people are, but hopefully people are old enough to go to a bar. At least according to my analytics, almost everyone is over 18, but I'm sure maybe not everyone is. Whatever. Okay, I'm going to catch up with chat now because I've said everything that I need to say. So I'm going to catch up with what chat is saying, you guys, and then when I reach the end, so to say, I'm going to end the stream for today. I think that's fair. I think we've had a good vibe today. I hope. God, I hope so. Do I have any American treat requests? Pop-Tarts. No joke, Pop-Tarts is $10 per pack here. Like, I'm not buying $10 for Pop-Tarts. I like Pop-Tarts. I'm not buying $10 for Pop-Tarts. Just because they have to import them and everything, you know, it is what it is. But then again, I guess you have to pay for fucking, like, shipping anyway, so, like, at that point, like, someone has to pay for it, and I don't want to, like, offload that, like, stuff to you. If you want to send me shit, you should send me whatever you want. I don't want to, like, ask for people to do my shopping for me. I just realized that I sound like some sort of, like, decadent king in the Byzantine Empire, just like, bring me Pop-Tarts. Bring me the Pop-Tarts. I'm losing my mind. The cool kids outside of TwitchCon, yeah. The Cool Kids Club. Are a lot of your viewers Dutch? No, but I do have a significant like European audience that are like close to Amsterdam, I think. But it would very much be one of those things that I think, like, if anyone is there, they happen to be there. I wouldn't want anyone to like travel internationally to like come and see me. But you know, that's your choice. But I wouldn't want anyone to spend, like, I'm really not that fun to hang out with. Mia Zizek. And it reminds me of a dirty joke. Every German that speaks English has painstakingly removed their German accent. I just speak English every single day. I speak English in my home. I speak English with my friends because a lot of my friends are like not Swedish. So it just ends up being sort of my lingua franca. I actually had a meeting with like a local political party not too long ago, and everyone spoke Swedish, and I'm like, it's my native language. I should be better at this, but it is what it is. Can you pronounce blåhaj? I'm curious what the real pronunciation is. The correct pronunciation is blåhaj. Yeah, blue shark. Swedish writing. Have a good time. Oh, and hey, Abby. I've been catching up with chat, so I didn't see you. I'm sorry. Never look at the analytics. I know, but they speak to me. The number go up. When I see the number go up, I think stonks. I need to unlearn it, and I got better at it for a while, and then I lost it. Everyone was at the pro-Ukraine demonstration. That's also been something that's like taking up work time, because like who the fuck can work when you have like things to do? What do you mean work? It's work to work, you peasant. I mean, you surf. Sponsored by the HR department. We need to bimbify that part of your brain. I've tried. God knows I've tried. You're cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you ever get off the internet, I will sad not to see you anymore, but I would not undo what you gave us. I will never leave the internet, by the way. I would never leave the internet. This is my job. Like, not only is it my job, okay, listen, quick thing. I love doing YouTube, not just because it's my job, but like, before I did YouTube, I worked like office jobs and like recruitment jobs, like kind of shitty jobs. But I get to work creatively here, and I can connect with people all over the world, and I get to talk about history and philosophy and like cool shit. So even if like the money went away or something, like I would still do this just because it's fun. That's how I started doing this. So just so you know, how do you cope with weight for estrogen? I don't know. I bought my own estrogen online before the docs would give it to me. Okay, I need to blåhaj. Pop-Tarts. I still haven't seen your video yet, Abby, I'm sorry. Why didn't I get a blåhaj when they were available here? I think you can still get it. You haven't lived if you hadn't had a fresh stroopwafel. I know, they're not fresh here. You can only get them from Starbucks, and they're trash. They're like dry. Fresh is the good one. I haven't seen your streams in a while. Notice the mask is gone. Did the facial hair removal go well? Yes, the first phase out of 3 is complete. I had to take a little bit of a break because I had to shoot my video, and I have to, I have to do stuff. And next week, actually, like right after this video is done, I'm going back for phase 2, which is they're gonna do everything again, and it's gonna be rough. But now, thankfully, the worst of it is gone. My facial hair is mostly removed now. It's only like the stray little bullshit thing. come to the UK in March. I'm having a New Face party. Yes. Yes. I'll fuck it. Send me an Evite, Abby, and we'll take selfies or something. We forgot to do that last time I was in the UK, and then COVID hit. So connect from the Mideast. Thank you. Getting a rolling pin to smooth out me, it's a very wrinkled brain. I do have there is one part here that's just like a wreck. Most amusing form of transport, the tram. It's 100% the tram. It's like a tiny train that goes slower and it goes ding ding ding. Like what? It's the perfect type of transportation. I love a tram. I still think in Dutch. Yeah, I still think in Swedish, but I think that's like hard to unlearn. They were sold out. I think they haven't discontinued them yet. I hope. Good morning from Australia. Good morning. Because I have reached the end of the chat, I'm going to get the tiny last bits before I go. But I am going to end the stream in a hot second because I'm only going a little over time. But I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I hope that even though the video might be a little bit delayed because of the war, you are. I hope that it will be out soon, and I hope that it's going to be good, and I hope that you will enjoy it. Hopefully, it's going to be out as a premiere because I do like making my longer stuff like premieres because they're fun. And I think that's it. Okay, final little bit. What museum do I want to visit someday? I don't. It's one of those in the U.S. I don't remember what it's called. The Smithsonian? No, it's one of those. I don't know. Trolleybus are very good. Trains rights. Blow high. Love you. Love you. The Eurostar is expensive because of privatization. We're patient, but thank you so much. And with that, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna have a little bit of like rice dinner, and tomorrow I'm gonna work. But tonight I'm going to like watch funny TikToks and take a nice little chill little time. Yeah, I hope to see you hopefully on Tuesday when the video might be out. All right, goodbye.
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions.
Ah, Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. Oh, ye gods! My roast is ruined! But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Seymour.
Skinner with his crazy explanations. The superintendent's gonna need his medication. When he hears Skinner's lame exaggerations, there'll be trouble in town.